So we continue to embrace efforts to raise the minimum wage. I was recently in Seattle on the first day of the effective date of the new minimum wage in Seattle, and I was telling the senator and the congressman that the person who stood right next to me, in addition to the mayor that day, was the head of the Seattle Restaurant Association. Washington State has had the highest minimum wage in the country over the last 12 years, and they have no tip credit. So if you work in a restaurant, you're not into that low tier of minimum wage. And guess what? You know, if the opponents were correct, then every time you fly to Seattle, you ought to bring a bag lunch because all the restaurants should be going out of business.
Right.
And the head of the Restaurant Association stood right next to us at that announcement and said, you know what? All the good businesses in this state understand that the key to success is you adapt and you thrive. And another key to success is when people have money in their pockets. And when you raise the minimum wage, guess what happens? If you're a restaurant, people have more money to spend. When you raise wages, guess what happens? The economy gets better. We consume more things from manufacturers. So places like Gold they see their business go up. And 70% of GDP growth is consumption. And as a result of the low minimum wage across this country, we've seen a consumption-deprived recovery in many circles. And so that's why we talk about minimum wage all the time. And we applaud efforts of states to continue to raise the minimum wage. We don't pretend to know what the best wage is for the city of Seattle or the state of Rhode Island, but we applaud efforts to go as high as possible.